Hi everyone. It is Thursday and it is 4 p.m. and you may recognize that I am back in the office. It's Thursday, so it's Getting Tipsy with Erin, and it's episode 24. And I think since episode, I don't know, like 11 or 12, I was going from home. So we're back, and we're back in the office. I just started coming back this week, so I'm trying to like bring stuff back. That's actually Mom's corner, but there's a pile of stuff right here that needs to be put away, and I don't know. I'm just still trying to figure everything out. But hi Sarah. A couple things to mention. A shout out to Wayne Brooks, my husband. He's usually on here. He's at work right now, I'm sure. But huge. Today's our anniversary. It's our 4th anniversary, and he always supports me and everything I do. So thank you, Wayne. Happy anniversary. Also, I went today. Today is the grand opening of the Wandering Petals new shop down at the oceanfront, and I got these beautiful flowers. So they always have some little, thanks Michelle. Michelle Joy just wished me a happy anniversary. They have these beautiful arrangements that they always have that you can pick up, or they can make arrangements for you. They also have some awesome candles in there. So I picked up a candle as well. Shh, don't tell Wayne. But anyway, so stop by the Wandering Petal. Today's their grand opening of their brick and mortar store. They've been kind of like a food truck-esque, and they do a lot of like weddings and events and stuff, and their flowers are gorgeous. So. But anyway, so it's Getting Tipsy with Erin on Thursday, and today we're going to talk about how to buy a house in a seller's market. Hi, Terry. If you have been looking at houses or just know anyone looking for houses, you are going to know that right now it is a seller's market, and things are crazy. I had someone today, I'm listing their house next week, and so they're going to need to buy a house, and they saw a house they liked and went on the market today. And they said, should we start looking? And I said, you can, but it's going to be under contract by the end of the day, and you're going to be contingent on the sale of your house, and it's not on the market yet. So I'd hate for you to go see it, fall in love, and not be competitive. Hi, Wayne. You missed. I wished you a happy anniversary. But that's what's happening right now. I just looked online a few minutes ago, and this week, the last 7 days in Virginia Beach, there's been 246 new listings. And so seven days, 246 new listings in Virginia Beach. And of those, 79 of them are already under contract. So it's a crazy market out there. So you have to know how to compete. That's what we're going to talk about today. So step 1 is be prepared. There's a foundation to your offer writing success. And the best suggestion I can give you is to have a realtor working with you. I know people think that they can do this on their own, and you think I just had this conversation with someone else today. You think you're going to get a deal by not having someone represent you. The seller is paying the commission. You don't pay that. And they already have an agreement with the listing agent, regardless of whether you're unrepresented or not. So they're still on the hook for that 6%. Now, if the listing agent chooses to give them a deal of 5% or 4% or whatever, that's a choice. They don't have to. And so you being unrepresented, sorry, my necklace wants to turn on. You're not paying for it. You may as well have someone represent you and be able to put you in the strongest light possible, because you need someone to help you navigate this market right now. You also need someone that can have you set up on RAIN, and have you set up in the MLS so that you're getting these searches, because those other Zillows and Trulia, they're getting searches delayed, that are delayed by about 24 or 48 hours. And often a lot of those houses are already under contract when people are getting them. So that's just an FYI. You also want to make sure that you are already pre-approved. You've already talked to a lender. You already have that pre-approval letter. And you know what your limits are. You may be pre-approved much higher than you're willing to go, and that's okay. Just know what your limits are. And then know how quickly the houses in your price range are selling. So you know that if you're in that price range where they're going in a day, that you need to be ready to jump when you see a house. And if you have a work schedule where you can't leave in the middle of work, know that you may have to have your realtor show you a house via FaceTime or Google Duo or whatever. I have done it multiple times in this market. And then we've made arrangements after we've written the contract and ratified the contract for the buyer to see the house. But you gotta do what you gotta do to get the house, right? So number 2, ask the seller what their wants and needs are. And this is where your realtor comes into place. I always reach out to the listing agent and I say, what is their close date? What works best for them? Hi, Jillian. It may be that they weren't planning to move until, for instance, I listed a house, I think we went on the market like June 22nd, and they weren't planning to move till July 1st. And, I had someone say, well, that's fine, we'll close July 1st. Whereas other people were like, June 22nd, we want to close, we went on the market May 22nd. They were saying, well, we'll close June 22nd, thinking that that's what my my sellers would want, right? But it wasn't. So ask those questions. And, ask, is there, what can we do to make the offer more attractive with those type of things? What's going to make your offer stand out? What else is important to them during the home sale? Be accommodating. Don't be difficult. Just know that there's a chance they're going to get multiple offers. That house that we listed on May 22nd, I had 8 offers in one day. And if you have a difficult offer, they're not even going to pay attention to it because they're too busy looking at the other ones. Step 3, increase your earnest money deposit. Earnest money, if you don't know what it is, here in Virginia Beach, in Virginia, we call it earnest money or EMD. Or Howard Hanna is in other markets. In some places they call it hand money, which I think is weird, but that's fine. They probably think EMD is weird, so whatever. But earnest money, it's a part of the offer to purchase the home. You consider it like a good faith deposit you're putting down on the house. It goes towards your down payment and your closing costs. It's not anything additional. If you put down a larger amount, it's going to show your financial stability. It's going to show your commitment and your motivation to purchasing the home. And it helps the sellers know that your financing is not likely to fall through. If you can say, look, like I got $10,000 cash that I can just hand you right now to go towards my closing. It's not going to happen for 4 weeks or 5 weeks. That shows them that you're stable. And that you can, and if you have questions about EMD, I know people do all the time, ask me. But that is definitely a way that shows strength in your offer. And it's not anything you're doing that's costing you anything more, or you're getting anything less of. Because if you're putting a down payment down on your house, you're going to be paying it in 4 weeks later. And right now, with the interest you're getting in a bank, you're not losing anything. Step 4, write a letter to the sellers. Tell them everything you love about their house. Tap into their emotions. It might be a hard move for them. It might be their first home they bought. They may be moving because of some type of situation. Tell them, something about your life that they can relate to. Now, don't go into like a 6-page dialogue about everything about your life, but tell them something that they may relate to. And maybe, bonus tip, know your audience. I had a buyer who, granted, I had to wait to submit to the offer until he could finish his letter, but he went online and found out, which we wouldn't have known from being in the house, but the wife was a photographer, and my buyer was actually, he was our wedding photographer. Speaking of our wedding anniversary, he was our wedding photographer, and so he could appreciate her being a photographer. And he went into, in the letter, talking about photography and talking about the natural light of the house and how he was hoping to be able to use the home for being able to start doing more photography that's portrait based and that kind of thing. Hi, Kristen. How are you? So know your audience, be able to relate to them, and they'll relate to you, and that just helps make a better connection. And I will tell you, in the last, probably since Chris and Sarah, oh, happy first birthday, Blair. Probably since Chris and Sarah's purchase, I would say I've had at least 5 transactions where my buyers have been told that their letter is what kind of sealed the deal. Step 5, only include necessary contingencies. Don't check things off just because you can. Don't have inspections just because you can. Do things because you need to. Like, you need to have a home inspection. People right now are waiving home inspections to try and win the deal. No. I have a problem with that. Sorry. I can't ever recommend any one of my buyers waive a home inspection. If you choose to do that, that's on you. But you never know what's behind walls. You never know. Yeah, I can't. Nope. But anyway, that's something that I think is necessary. But don't ask for things. If they're not offering the washer dryer, and there's competitive offers, don't ask for the washer dryer. If they're not offering the wine fridge, or they've said the wine fridge is not included, is not conveying, don't ask for the wine fridge. Again, don't be difficult. Step 6, write your highest and best offer. Again, if you're in that price range where there's going to be multiple offers, there's going to, don't play the game. I kind of simplify it for my clients this way. If you were to offer X, and you lost it by 1,000, would you regret not raising your offer? Or what if it was by 5,000? Think about what your personal cap is. Now, I'm not expecting you to overpay, but let's think about what your personal cap is. There's also, and we can talk about, if you have questions about this, I'm happy to talk to you about it, but I don't want to spend too much time because this video would be 30 minutes long. There are such things as escalation clauses, and we can talk about that as well. And I've actually had 3 transactions since quarantine, so since March, that have won because of a specially worded escalation clause. So just think in terms of making the smartest decision for you in order to win the home, not an emotional one that you might regret. So 6 strategies again to recap today. 1, be prepared with an agent, a pre-approval, and an understanding of the market you're buying in. Step 2, be accommodating to your seller's needs. Ask their needs and be accommodating. 3, increase your earnest money deposit or your hand money. Step 4, write a letter to your sellers. Step 5, only include necessary contingencies and necessary items to convey and requests. Step 6, write your personal highest and best offer. So that is a wrap on today, June 25th. Our Getting Tipsy with Erin, how to win your home in a seller's market. I hope everyone has a great Thursday, and I'll see you again next week. Bye, guys.